Okay guys, we're still in Corel Painter, and this time I want to come back and show you this selection tool again. So before we were using the selection tool just to select a large area and delete it, but now I want to show you something else that it can do. Up on the top row here there's a number of different choices for your selection tool. So I'm going to go a lasso, and I'm going to lasso a shape. So let's say that we lasso the shape of an apple. Okay, when I let it go, I get my dotted line, and then I can now, when I go, if I go now and let's say we choose an airbrush, and we choose a nice red color. I might just make my airbrush just a little bit bigger. And what's going to happen is that because I've got this selection, I'll just make it a bit bigger. Because I've got this selection, when I go to paint, I'll paint just in the selection, so the paint won't go anywhere else. And I can come and change the color, and I can keep on working just inside that selection. So I can actually get a really nice apple shape and some really nice effects by just working inside my selection. And when I've had enough, I'm going to go back to my select and say select none, or the shortcut for that is Apple D. Okay, so there's my cool selection made. So now maybe I want to put a stem on that apple. I'm going to come back, do the same trick again, and I'm going to make a stem. And I'm also going to go back and I'll make my airbrush a lot smaller. I'll just change the size. I can put in a number, so I'm going to make it 34. Okay, and then I'm going to come and get a really dark color, and I'm going to color in the stem. Now, one other really tricky thing you can do is I can move this selection over a little bit, and it just moves the selection. It doesn't move what I've just painted. And then I'm going to go really dark black and just paint it in again. And so what I get is this really cool effect. Now, the next thing I want to show you is that I can also, in my select, I can go to the little plus sign and I can add to that selection. So I can now add a leaf to that selection, and it adds it to the rest. And then if I go minus, I can cut bits out of the selection. So say I want to cut the veins on my leaf out, I can just come and make this little pattern in the middle, and it will take that out. And so now if I go to a nice dark green, and I go like I'm going to spray paint now, I get that sort of really cool effect. When I've had enough, I go select none, and I'll get a fantastic effect. By using selections, you can really do some cool stuff. Alright, have some fun with that. That's the end of this lesson.